So apparently we weren't the only ones wondering what was up with Brandon Overton. We'll talk about that today. Plus, Lernerville backs off their video policy. It snowed in Knoxville, and more from the Dirt Racing Weekend. Let's go. It's Monday, April 24th. I'm Justin Fiedler. This is Dirt Tracker Daily. Before we dive into the Dirt Racing Weekend, I'm running a coupon code right now for Dirt Tracker merch, 40% off all hats, shirts, and decals through midnight tonight. This is the biggest single discount I've ever done, so take advantage while you can. Shipping in the U.S. is always free, and I'll cover sales tax. Grab something today over at shop.dirttracker.com and use code GIVEME40 at checkout. That's GIVEME40 at checkout over at shop.dirttracker.com. All right, let's get into the racing. Back on Friday, we talked about where Brandon Overton and Jonathan Davenport are this season compared to kind of past seasons and past performances. And that was in response to a question I had gotten in the comments section. As usual, there were several snarky responses on that episode, but apparently Overton himself was having some negative thoughts and feelings about where his season was headed. After banking $50,000 on Saturday night at the Talladega short track with the World of Outlaws, he said, quote, "I saw real quick how mental it is. You get in your feelings and in your head and you start doubting everything you ever done. Feels good to get back on your side, and I just want to thank my crew. They've been busting their butt, and it's been miserable the last couple of weeks," unquote. So apparently it hasn't been all rainbows and butterflies for Overton and the Wells 76. This was actually his first Outlaw win in over a year. Outside of his split field win on Friday night, his last trip to a World of Outlaws victory lane was at Volusia in 2022. According to the Outlaw post-race release, Overton even questioned whether or not they should go to Talladega at all. Certainly a good thing they did, though, because after getting by race-long leader Tanner English, Overton was in the catbird seat when leader Bobby Pierce broke a wheel on lap 46. Overton ran away on the ensuing restart to score the $50,000. English ended up second, with Ryan Gustin going 11th to third. There were issues for several other contenders in this one, including point leader Chris Madden. He did rebound to finish fifth, and he kept the points lead. Brandon Shepherd had issues. Kyle Larson broke a wheel as well while running towards the front. And the early part of that Saturday feature were a mess of cautions. A big hat tip, too, to Nick Hoffman for ending up sixth on Saturday night. He had issues in qualifying Friday, nearly turned it over in that session, then went 20th to 7th in the prelim feature and 15th to 6th in the big show. I hope that Talladega gets the chance to stay on these Outlaw schedules. I feel like we've seen good shows there from both the sprint cars and the late models, and that place looked packed on Saturday night. The Outlaws are off this weekend and return to racing May 4th through the 6th at Mississippi Thunder. Madden leads the standings right now over Kyle Bronson, Ryan Gustin, Brian Shirley, and Brandon Shepherd. The weekend USCS sprint car wins at Talladega both went to Ricky Stenhouse Jr. He went 7th to the win Friday, topping Morgan Turpin and Terry Gray. And he again went 7th to the win on Saturday to earn the weekend sweep. Stenhouse will be back in a sprint car this week at the High Limit Show at 34 Raceway. We'll talk more about that High Limit Show tomorrow, as there's some interesting things to point out with the expected field of cars. There were no big touring series shows over the weekend for sprint cars, but there were plenty of local and regional races. Friday night at Williams Grove, Brent Marks took advantage of trouble for Justin Peck and overcame a damaged front nose wing to outduel Anthony Macri for the $8,000 Tommy Classic. Danny Dietrich and Lance DeWeese rounded out the night's podium. The Saturday action around Central PA was canceled because of weather, but we did get some Sunday racing at Selinsgrove. Danny Dietrich tracked down Dylan Cisney in that one to break a 24-race winless streak. Cisney and Macri were second and third. And if you are curious about the conditions at Knoxville, since so many were angry about the Outlaws canceling, Knoxville's Eric Arnold posted a photo on, I believe, Saturday, of him walking around the area of the track with snow falling down. So I'm sure everyone who was critical will be posting their apologies on social media very soon. Hey, or probably not. Lernerville also opened their 2023 weekly season on Friday, and the night's feature winners included Tyler Dietz in Pro Stock, Brian Swartzlander in the Big Block Modified, John Garvin in the Late Model, and AJ Flick topped Trey Jacobs in the 410 Sprint Car feature. There was also an interesting development in the video capture situation there. If you might remember from a few weeks ago, the track said a viral social media post about their photo and video policies was fake or from a rogue former employee. And if you might remember, I was kind of in the middle of all of that. In the aftermath, we were basically able to confirm that what was in that supposed fake post was actually true, including photos of signage that had been added to the front stretch grandstand area late in 2022, talking about the fact that you're not allowed to record any video there. Well, thanks to a tweet on Friday from Brian, we found out that the track has now removed those black and yellow signs from the seating area. I'll let you decide how to react to this one in the aftermath of this supposed fake social media post. Over to the ASCS sprint cars, or the series with the worst luck in America. Their Friday show was lost to weather, and Saturday night at Boot Hill ended up being delayed because of a local power outage. So weather, tires, now power outages affecting the ASCS. Just absolutely unreal. Once they did get going, it was again a dominant performance from Jason Martin. He topped Landon Britt and Seth Bergman for his third straight series win. And in those 3 consecutive victories, Martin has led every single lap. So that's 85 straight laps Martin has been out front of an ASCS race. The ASCS is back racing on May 13th at Moberly, Missouri. Other weekend sprint car winners included Ryan Timms at Jacksonville, Brody Roa with the CRA at Hanford, Joby Miller won the Power Eye Show at Benton, and Dominic Selzy won the Sprint Car Challenge Tour Show at Merced. Other weekend late model winners included Benji Hicks with the Carolina Clash at Livonia, Ben Watkins at Cherokee, also with the Clash, Corey Hedgecock with the All-Stars at North Georgia, and Mark Whitener won a crate race at Alltech. In weekend modified action, Tyler Wolff went flag to flag Friday at 81 Speedway with the USMTS. He topped Rodney Sanders and Jake O'Neill in that one for $5,000. And then Saturday night in the big 10,000 win Gressel Memorial, it was O'Neill going 8th to the win. Tom Berry Jr. and Jake Tim rounded out that podium. A strong weekend for O'Neill has him atop the USMTS standings now, with the series moving to Hamilton County later this week. And with the Super Dirt Car Series on Sunday, Matt Williamson got by Darren Smith late in the going and then held off a charging Matt Stengel right at the line to bag the win at Bridgeport. Matt Shepard led early in that one, but suffered a cut tire on lap 2 and eventually raced back to finish 7th. Williamson has now won 5 of the last 7 races for the Super Dirt Car Series. They'll race again on May 7th at the Orange County Fair Speedway. Before we close out today, we are hoping for the best for sprint car driver Marcus Dumesny, who was injured in a crash over the weekend at Toowoomba Speedway. Took quite a while to get Marcus out of the car, and he's since been diagnosed with a fractured T3 vertebrae. Family posted to social media that he's in good spirits and that they will continue to share updates as they know more. Just 2 shows today on the streaming schedule, Flow Racing 24/7 and Dirt Vision. Now, if you want to see the full daily streaming schedule with links to watch, visit dirttracker.com/watch tonight. Hope you guys have a good Monday out there. We'll be right back here tomorrow for more Dirt Tracker Daily.